for herself rather than her lineage, her father, her husband, etc. What lessons do you think our younger sisters could take from her life as an example, from her modesty, from her teaching, from her socio-economic works, from her sermons? Where would you recommend that a sister or even a brother listening now should go and start to try and better understand who she truly was and what she truly meant to the Muslim Ummah?
I think firstly, approachability. I think that's something missing in our communities today. And I think with Fatimah Zahra alayhi salam, everybody found that she was approachable. Now someone might say, hold on, let's talk about her knowledge, let's talk about this. No. Simple approachability. This is the daughter of the man seen as God's greatest creation and his final messenger. She could easily have stiff upper lip, arrogant, you can't come talk to me, I don't know you, don't come talk to us if you're not at this level or you're not from this family, or you're, we have chavs out there like that. Now, with Fatimah Zahra alayhi salam, there's an unbelievable approachability. When you look at the way people talk about someone, those who've lived with them, those who've seen them in their most difficult moments, you realize what they are. You look at the way Sayyida Fidda talks about Fatimah Zahra alayhi salam, that she would tell me, Fidda, go rest, today's my day. Tell me today. I can't imagine someone from a massive, well-known royal, glosses on the life of Fatimah Zahra alayhi salam and constantly in praise of her behavior and her humility. That lady who came to ask Fatimah Zahra a question about salah, and I've had these moments where someone says, can I just ask you one question, Sayyidina? And you're like, yeah, sure. About 25 minutes later, everybody's asked about 40, 50 questions. And then someone says,
those guys myself. Come up to you, Sayyidina, can you answer this?
Yeah. So I think when that happens, that lady realizes that I've asked a few questions too many. And she says to Fatimah Zahra, I'm sorry that I've asked that many questions. And then she replies with this unbelievable reply. She says that if someone said to you that if you carry something to the top of that mountain, they'll pay you this many dinar, for example, would you do it? Said yes. Said Allah will reward you with a lot more thawab for answering these questions. In our communities today, sometimes when a revert joins our community, sometimes the approachability factor hurts them because they look around and they're wondering, you know what, I can't really see anyone who's looked at me in a way where they've said, you know what, come welcome, come sit with us. And we actually have groups in the Muslim community where if you want to be part of that group, they've got to first rubber stamp you before you can come and sit in their gatherings. And this happens with the brothers and the sisters, both who claim to love Fatimah Zahra alayhi salam, that you know what, I see someone new, I don't go up to them and say, how are you, what's your name, I've not seen you before, is there any way we can help you and your family? Approachability, she's unique. Secondly, speaking out against the injustice of her time. She could have remained silent. She's Sayyidat Nisa al-Alameen. Me and you have just discussed this. But she speaks louder than the other three. This is something unique. Sayyidah Khadija spoke out against, but in her own unique, Sayyidah Khadija, very, royal-like manner. And Maryam, in her own way, tried to speak out against the arrogance of some of the clergy of her time. Asiya, it was a one-on-one battle in reality with Pharaoh. Fatimah Zahra, no, I'll take on the establishment. I'm not scared. Today, many of our daughters,
young age as well.
Young age, 18
a lot of people don't realize that. They think maybe she was 50, 60, 70, 18
at that young
years
age.
old.
Today, many of our daughters, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help them, our sisters, our mothers, they're living at a time where it's so difficult to keep your hijab in terms of your social modesty and in terms of your physical modesty, the khimar, the head covering. It's so difficult. It really is. For people like myself to come here and sit down and say, oh, you know what, all the sisters should be wearing their head covering, it's easy. It's not easy. It's difficult times. But it's at times like this where you hold on to Fatima. Because she saw a certain oppression take place, where all of a sudden the pre-Islamic Arabian culture of woman not inheriting was now back. It was back. The Arab Bedouins were now in power. And she could easily stay quiet. But no, I'm not going to stay quiet. I'm going to speak out against injustice. Because if injustice anywhere, as Luther King used to say, is a threat to justice everywhere. Injustice anywhere
Is a threat to justice everywhere.
is a threat to justice everywhere. She would not remain silent. And that brings the anger of those at that time. I'm not surprised when I read in Sahih al-Bukhari certain narrations which mention that she wanted a secret burial. She did not want certain people at her funeral because she saw that I spoke out against your oppression, but what you did back to me
One was
is
verbal,
the biggest sign of hypocrisy.
the other physical.
So these two lessons, one a very akhlaqi type lesson, another one a more social reform type standard that she sets, I think these are two wonderful lessons that we can benefit from.